The SpongeBob Movie, Sponge Out of Water, the junior novelization. Chapter 10. Whomp! SpongeBob and Plankton landed right next to Squidward's house. Plankton groaned, lying on the ground. SpongeBob quickly got to his feet and looked around. What he saw surprised him. Patrick was sitting on top of his house, banging his face against the rock. But instead of his usual shorts, he was wearing a futuristic-looking leather outfit. Between the face bangs, he said, "I need Krabby Patties! I need Krabby Patties!"
"Patrick,"
SpongeBob yelled,
"what are you doing?"
Patrick stopped banging his face against his house and looked over at SpongeBob and Plankton. "Vandalizing stuff," he answered. "But isn't that your house?" Plankton asked. "Hey!" Patrick snapped. "What's with all the questions? Who are you guys?" SpongeBob couldn't believe Patrick had asked. They hadn't been up in that bubble they hadn't been up in the bubble that long. What was wrong with Patrick?
"It's me,"
SpongeBob cried.
"your best friend, SpongeBob."
Patrick looked skeptical.
"Oh, yeah? Well, if you're SpongeBob, what's the secret password?"
At the same time, SpongeBob and Plankton said,
Correct,"
Patrick declared with a nod.
It is you, SpongeBob."
Patrick jumped off his rock and landed on SpongeBob. Blomp!
"SpongeBob! SpongeBob!
"Patrick!"
SpongeBob, why aren't you at the Krusty Krab making Krabby Patties?"
Patrick sat down, right on top of Plankton.
"Well, I'd love to, but the formula is gone. We're putting together a team to get it back,"
SpongeBob explained.
"A team?"
Patrick asked.
Ooh, pick me!"
Patrick jumped up and gave SpongeBob a big bear hug. Grinning, SpongeBob said,
"Okay, Patrick, you're in."
Plankton popped out of the sand. "I don't know, SpongeBob. What exactly does this clown bring to the TM?"
"He brings loyalty, Plankton."
SpongeBob turned to his best friend.
"Isn't that right, Patrick?"
Patrick said,
Yeah, loyalty."
then he suddenly yelled,
"He's over here!"
and started making alarm sounds.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
SpongeBob pleaded with his buddy.
"Patrick, I'm fleeing an angry mob right now, and this isn't helping."
But it was too late. Mr. Krabs had already heard Patrick's alarm. "Let's go get him!" he shouted to the furious, hungry customers. Plankton started to run. "Come on, SpongeBob, let's get out of here!"
"Patrick, please!"
SpongeBob begged. Patrick threw SpongeBob right on top of Plankton, and then he sat on them both, still making alarm sounds.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
"Patrick,
SpongeBob cried.
why are you doing this?"
"Because I need Krabby Patties!"
Patrick said. He turned toward Mr. Krabs and the angry mob who were running straight toward them.
"Hurry up!"
he shouted.
"I'm hungry! Over here!"
Frantic to escape from his hunger-crazed friend, SpongeBob began furiously burrowing underground. Carrying Plankton in his hand, he tunneled away from Patrick. Then he popped up out of the ground, gasping and panting. As the mob grew closer, SpongeBob and Plankton ran away as fast as their legs could carry them. Patrick called,
Guys, am I still on the team?
Plankton grumbled,
Well, your stupid friend gave us away. So who's the next member of our TM?
SpongeBob thought for a minute.
I know. Sandy. She's smart.
The two fugitives ran straight to Sandy's tree dome. SpongeBob opened the airlock door, rushed inside, and slammed the door shut. He put on a water helmet and pressed a big red button. The water in the airlock drained. SpongeBob scooped Plankton into a glass of water before he dried out.
Sandy,
SpongeBob called. The door to the second airlock opened. They opened the second airlock and stepped inside the dome. It was dark and eerie. Pieces of paper were stuck all over the inside of the dome, blocking the light.
Sandy?
SpongeBob repeated. They walked farther inside, but didn't find Sandy anywhere.
Sandy, are you home?
SpongeBob called. He turned to Plankton.
Gee, I wonder where she is.
The two of them looked more closely at the papers stuck to the inside of the dome. They were covered with scribbles and strange writing, all connected by string.
What is this stuff?
SpongeBob asked. As they stared at the papers, a dark shape whipped by, passing right behind them. SpongeBob turned around.
Sandy?
He asked.
Is that you?
Stay tuned for Chapter 11. See you later. Bye.